8:35 on WGHT Radio. Jimmy House, Greta Latona joining us today from the Key Realty Group. We have got Judy Longo and Rosie Thompson. She joins us. Monica Miller is also part of the group. There you go.
The house at Pooh Corner.
Aww.
Good morning, ladies. Thank you for joining us again on WGHT Radio, Key Realty Group. How are you?
Good. How are you?
We're doing great. Well, the weather's got me bummed, you know?
Well,
but for every little
spring
bit of...
showers.
Yeah, spring showers, and we need it.
Yes, we do.
Hey, that time of the year's coming. I mean, I'm going back to the old days where May 1st used to be moving day. Remember back in the old days? Everybody would move May 1st because that's the time to move. Beginning of May, school year coming to an end, and the kids have to be taken into account up in school areas and things like that in the towns. Let's talk some real estate, and let's talk about your company and how you're doing and where you're located. We're very happy and we're honored to have you on the show this morning. You know, the person who thinks they know everything is actually the person who knows nothing. That's a very old saying, and it's very true. It's true about real estate. It's true about selling or buying a home. Most people, you could take the guy that goes to the best college or the guy that is very street savvy or the best handyman. They still don't have the knowledge that you need to do what you do for a living.
And you do a consultation service. You know the different tactics, basically. With spring coming and spring cleaning, you can help someone who wants to sell their home make it a little bit more curb savvy for someone that's interested in buying. What would you recommend? Do they contact you for a consultation on that, on maybe making some minor repairs, little improvements, some painting? How do they go about to get a consult?
Actually, you're absolutely correct. Listing a home takes work and strategy. So we just suggest that you meet with our team to learn how to put your home in the spotlight. So we'll guide you through that process to get your home ready for its debut. We have a stager. We have a whole team of people that we work with that we take into your home and give suggestions on painting, removing wallpaper, decluttering, dressing up your front entrance, maybe throwing some colored throw pillows around, or even a facelift to your bathroom or your kitchen, all designed to make your house appear perfect when we send that professional photographer there.
And things are constantly changing. We're getting articles because this is what we do. We're reading articles every day about what are the things that are most important. What are the investments that you can make in your house that's going to get you the biggest return? You would be surprised to know what the number one highest return is.
Well, what is it?
Your garage door.
Really?
Absolutely. That is the money that you put out, you get the highest return on your garage door if your garage faces the front of your house.
How about that? You see?
Things like that people don't understand, that you can just change the paint color on your front door, and it changes the curb appeal. It changes the whole perception of what a buyer is going to think when they walk into your door, into your house.
This is a quick opportunity for me to jump in and say this. It is so important when you list your property not to go to the yellow pages or go to somebody's friend who knows a real estate agent or a broker. The listing broker is more important than anybody. You can look for a house. You can go to any real estate agent to help you look for a house. But if you don't have your house, if you're a seller, listed with the right broker, these are things that are not going to get taken care of, and you're not going to get top dollar for your house. And you know what? It may be on the market for 180 days. Am I right or am I wrong? This is why Key Realty Group is the real estate agency, real estate brokerage, where you should be listing your house, right? That there's no way.
Absolutely.
We agree.
We agree. Well, thanks, Jimmy. But you're absolutely right. And there's things that people don't know to ask. There are questions that they don't know to ask when they are thinking about listing their house, and they think that the representation is going to be equal, regardless of who they choose to list it. And that's not the case. And our work speaks for itself. What we say to our clients is, look at the listings. Look at our previous listings. Let our let our history show you how well we do.
That's right.
Look at our listings and how we represent them and how we market them compared to what the average listing is. Look at our pictures. We only hire professional photographers. And in an area, where there's a lakefront property or there's acreage, we'll have drone shots done where it really highlights how beautiful that property is.
When you list a house, maybe you're retiring, maybe you're moving, maybe your family's growing. When you list a home, keep in mind what you find attractive or what you like or a color that you like of a room might be good for you. But Key Realty Group, they specialize in taking a look, professionally looking at your home, and some minor things, couple $100 here, or maybe a garage door, an electric garage door, $1,000. Get you 10, 15,000, 20,000 more, or how about this? Getting your asking price. That's what it's all about. And Key Realty Group specializes in listing properties.
We absolutely do. And Jimmy and Greta, just to let you know, we listed a house on Friday. Mm-hmm. We had an open house on Sunday with 16 visitors, and we have 5 offers on it already.
Wow, that's wonderful.
I've heard of people listing a house with the wrong listing agent, and 2 people show up, and it's still on the market, and then they give up, The listing agent is more important than anything in the world. Anybody can show a property. Anybody.
And they're in the business. So they're looking at the magazines. They're looking into what the trends are. Now, if you bought your house, say 15, 20 years ago, those tech-savvy, millennials who are buying now, they need certain things in your home. And this Key Realty Group can bring your house up to par for that market. And you might not see it because you don't need it, you don't use it, but they know what the people out there are looking for in a home, in your electrical outlets, in your door, in your garage door, all those little extra things that you don't think about because you go in and out your front door every day and that's it.
Right, it's true. And touching on millennials, we know where they're looking, and you have to present your property to the people where they're looking. Where are they looking? They're on social media. So we are constantly learning new ways of marketing your property. We're now doing Facebook advertising. We have some technology that'll show us where the buyer is more likely to come from for that particular property. So we can boost those ads into that market so that that generation that's on Facebook 24/7, they're, grabbing a bus or a train, and they've got their phone in their hand and they're scrolling through social media, they're seeing your property on their Facebook feed. We're doing live videos on Facebook. We're doing, boosting ads on Facebook.
We're
getting it out there.
Yeah. Exciting.
Because it's a fast-paced market now. Kids, they don't stay still, in that age. They're working. They're going to the gym. They're all over the place. So in between, especially with the pictures and the professional photography you see, that's eye-grabbing, that's catching, and that's, what's driving them to Key Realty Group.
Greta and Jimmy, it's a very exciting time right now in the real estate field. Mortgage rates are still attractive.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday.
It makes sense for any buyer out there who's thinking about jumping into the homeowner pool to start investigating that jump.
How important is it, from a professional standpoint, that you have to be pre-approved for a mortgage before you start looking? No.
Oh, Jimmy, you couldn't be more right. It's absolutely the first thing. And some people get so excited about the whole process that they just want to get out there and start looking at houses. And they have an idea in their head because they maybe found a mortgage calculator online. And they plug in some numbers and they think that this is what they can afford. But what you can afford and what you're comfortable with are going to be completely different numbers. And the whole mortgage process can be so overwhelming to them. And especially in the market we're in right now, we're in a seller's market with very low inventory, historically low inventory. So like Judy mentioned, we're seeing more and more multiple offers. So if we have a buyer out there who found their dream house and they want to make an offer on it, and now it's going to take them a day or two to get that pre-approval together, they're going to miss out on that house. So absolutely the first step should be meeting with a mortgage professional, and we have a pool of professionals that we can give their contact information out and find out, what do I qualify for? What's my buying power? What product am I going to use? Am I going to go with an FHA loan or a conventional loan? There's so many options that they need to know that before they start looking.
You hear on the radio and you hear on the news, they're talking about how impossible it is for young people or anybody to get a mortgage now. Since the mortgage crisis of a few years ago, it's almost impossible to buy a house. Is that true or is that false?
That's not what we're seeing. That is not what we're seeing. There are so many different products available. FHA loans, VA loans, conventional loans. There are loans where you can finance in your down payment. You can do a seller's concession and get your closing costs rolled into the mortgage. There are so many different products out there. There's USDA loans if you're going into a more rural area. There's so many different options and products. You really need to not be afraid of it. Go speak to a professional or call us and we'll hook you up with someone who'll take good care of you.
That's right, Jimmy and Greta, because we surround ourselves with all the professionals a buyer and seller will need in their home journey. And it makes sense to have a team that can contribute to a successful, stress-free transaction. After all, it's one of the biggest purchases that they'll make in their lifetime.
Here's a point very important for a buyer. Very important for a buyer to realize. The recession that hit in 2009 affected everybody.
Sure.
Everybody's credit rating took a tumble. You can't help it. It was the economy. Doesn't matter. The recession hurt everyone's credit.
Yes.
And there are other loans out there besides FHA loans. There are what's called subprime lenders. Subprime lenders can get you into a house that can still get you a mortgage. And Key Realty Group deals with these people who get you into the mortgage. You don't miss a payment. You make your mortgage payments a few years. And then when you build your credit back up, you can refinance. You keep your home you love, but you start out with bad credit, and buying a house can help you get better credit. You have the connections. Not everybody has stellar credit. You know it. I know it. 80% of the people out there do not have credit scores over 700. They're looking for mortgages, and they're very, very discouraged. Oh, my credit's not good enough to get a mortgage. You don't need a credit score of over 700 to qualify for a mortgage. And that's why we direct them to the professionals. And there's so many buyers that we've worked with who have gone to get pre-approved, and they've spoken to our lenders, and they've come back and said, all right, they put me on a plan. This is what I have to do, and it's going to take me 3 to 4 months to take care of these things, to bring my credit up and bring my debt ratio down so that I can qualify for the mortgage that I want. And so now, instead of them sitting back and crying and worrying that they'll never be able to do this, they have a plan in place, and they can put that plan into play, and 3, 4, 5 months down the road, we're helping them find their first home.
Well, really, that knowledge is power. Like you said, you need to take that first step, and so you don't have stellar credit, but they can guide you and give you that direction, like you said, and you feel like you're going towards a goal, 3 months, 6 months, within a year. You have something to work toward instead of just being out there aimlessly trying to fix your credit, trying to, make the pieces of the puzzle fit, and eventually they will fit. If not now, 6 months from now, but you need to start somewhere. So start with Key Realty. You got to start with the key to open the door, so start with Key Realty.
There you go. We hold the key.
What's in the future for Key Realty Group? What is your day going to be like today? What are you going to do?
Actually, we're leaving for a class. We keep educating ourselves so we can give the best service to our clients. We're just so excited to help people. That's what it's all about, and making our clients happy, because word of mouth is a huge part of our business.
That's right.
We rely on the referrals from people that we have worked with in the past to just get us through and make our team soar, and we are seeing that happen. We're just so excited about this year in real estate.
Real estate is local. It absolutely is local. So it's going to be a different market in each town. It's going to be a different market in each section of each town. West Milford is a huge territory, so it's difficult to say specifically how's the market in all of West Milford. In Passaic County, closed sales in the last year are up 11.5%.
Wow.
Inventory is down 21.9%.
Says it all.
Those numbers may be a little bit different specifically in West Milford. They may be a little bit different in certain areas of West Milford. However, we still are in a seller's market. We have plenty of buyers that are looking for homes in West Milford. West Milford especially, because what happens is the buyers who are looking in Thompson Lakes or in Bergen County, and they can't get what they need for the amount of money that they can afford, they're getting pushed out a little bit further, and they're going out to West Milford, and they can get a lot more bang for their buck in that area. So we do have a large pool of buyers looking in West Milford.
Yeah, you have the trains, you have the bus lines right to the city.
You've got the bus lines right in. Have your listener call us, and we'll sit down and tell them what the market is like in their development within West Milford.
So whether you're looking, you need to know what is your lifestyle to tell Key Realty Group as far as, do you need school information? Do you have young kids? Are you near a train station? Is that what you need? Perhaps you are more of a restaurant person and you want the activities and the theater and the restaurant in your own neighborhood. You need to know your lifestyle to tell them so they can search out the best, type of local properties for you to look at. How do they contact you?
They can contact us at our 800 number.
866-KEY-GROUP.
Could it be any easier than that?
Nope.
866-KEY-GROUP. That's 866-KEY-GROUP, Key Realty Group. We highly recommend Key Realty Group. You're talking and listening and learning, and that's what it's all about. Professional. They know the area. They've been in business a long time. They know where houses are selling, where it's a little slow, where the price is in your range. These guys ladies are experts. Key Realty Group. What we're gonna do is we're gonna let you go, and we're gonna play your sponsor message one more time so our listeners can get all your information. We learned an awful lot about why it's important to list a home through a real estate broker, an agency who knows what they're doing, because that's more money in your pocket. We learned about closings. We learned about people with unstellar credit, how they can get a home. You taught us a lot about what the main thing is in a house that people look for to bring the price up, and you said it was a garage door, of all things. So thank you so much. Great having you, and we hope to have you again here on the morning show on WGHT Radio.
Thanks so much, Jimmy and Greta. You guys have a great day.
Thanks for another terrific interview.
Absolutely. We had a lot of fun.
We did too.
Key
Thanks
Realty
so much.
Group holds the key to your next move.